Hello everyone, I'm back with a new video, and this time I'm discussing something that is important for anyone. It's for anyone that you should always know this thing, and that is vocabulary. Vocabulary is just the base of English or any language that you know. So vocabulary is something that is very important for anyone to know because variety of words, so you can use them anywhere at the perfect time. So if I can say, much like speaking a vocabulary, or writing vocabulary encompasses the words that you can easily summon and use, from action words to descriptive words and beyond. A strong vocabulary facilitates precise writing and helps you avoid vague words. As you broaden your range of vocabulary, you become better be able to specific settings, emotions, and ideas. You also own a skill that is known among reader, painting with words. Yeah, uh, it's the actually saying painting with words, not just means that you are painting any word. So the most valuable vocabulary words are those that you can recall and use almost automatically. After all, learning vocabulary is only valuable if you can actually use your new words in a piece of writing, and equally important, use them correctly. If you ask a published author for writing tips, you will likely be told that it's better to correctly use common words than to incorrectly use complex words. Fortunately, a key benefit of using better vocabulary is being able to use both complex and common words with equal precision. So, I'll be discussing with you the 7 ways on of how you can improve your vocabulary. You can actually improve your vocabulary by doing certain things, and that I'm going to discuss with you. Uh, so stay on for the video. Uh, so, so most of us spend time learning new vocabulary since we were in high school or in senior secondary school or college students. Thankfully, can you always pick up where you left off? Here are some tips that I'm gonna sharing with you that can actually help you in learning new vocabulary words. So the first one is the most common one that everyone can suggest you is develop a reading habit. Vocabulary building is easiest when you encounter words in context. Seeing words appear in a novel or a newspaper article can be far more helpful than seeing them appear on vocabulary list. Not only do you gain exposure to unfamiliar words, you also see how they are used in the paragraph, in the essays, in any poetry, in any poem, in anecdotes, in anywhere. You can actually learn something when you know how to use it. You can always take an example of a practical level, that the things that you have learned in the theory lab, until and unless you perform that in a practical lab, you will not be able to understand it. So the second point is use the dictionary. Online dictionary and thesauruses are helpful resource if used properly. They can jog your memory about synonyms that would actually be better words in the context when you are writing. A full dictionary definition can also educate you about antonyms, root words, and related words, which is another way to learn vocabulary. The third one is play word games. Classic games like Scrabble and Boggle can function as a fun way to expand your English vocabulary. Crossword puzzles can help you as well, actually. If you really want to be efficient, follow up around these word games with a little note taking. Keep a list of different words you learned while playing the game, and then study the list from time to time. The fourth point is use flashcards. A quick way to build large vocabularies to study a number of words via flashcards. In today's digital age, a wide array of smartphone apps makes flashcards convenient way easy to organize. Aiming for new word a day is reasonable. You can always go for more actually, but it may not be reasonable to assimilate dozens of English words every single day. So go day by day, or take a number of words that you will be learning in the day and go on for that. Fifth one is to subscribe to word of the day feeds. Some web platforms will provide you with the word of a day, either on a website or an app or an email to help you expand your vocabulary. You can add these words to the running list. So the one important thing that is to be noted is make a list. Without the list, you can't be able to learn memory in a better way, vocabulary in a better way. So the sixth point that I'll be sharing is use mnemonics. Mnemonics devise a form of word association that helps you remember words, definitions, and proper uses of them. For instance, think of the word obsequious, which means attempting to win favor from influential people by flattery. Break down that word into components. Obs is the beginning of obsessed. Q sounds like the French word for yes, and us like word is. So yeah, you can think of that big word obsequious as obsessed is saying to yes to us, which is kind of what it means actually. Yeah, the obsequious meaning is attempting to win favor from influential people by flattery. Yeah, you are obsessed with saying yes to us. So practice to use new words in the conversation. This is the seventh point that is something very important because you will know how can you use them. It's possible to amass a huge vocabulary without actually knowing to use words. This means you have to take it upon yourself to put your personal dictionary into use. If you come across an interesting word in your reading, make a point of it by using conversation. By experimenting in low stakes situation, you can practice the art of word of choice, and with a little bit of trial and error on the right word for a particular context, you'll be able to find the perfect word that is to be used in the conversation. And how can you learn without knowing the proper uses of it? So better use it in the conversation itself. So if the person just along with you knows a better English than you or knows better vocabulary than you, they can always correct you in you correct you on your vocabulary. So that's better if you are stand with someone who are better at vocabulary. So I shared with you the 7 key points that are most important for improving your vocabulary. Go with them, and certainly with time you will be able to learn better vocabulary and you'll be good at vocabulary. So, and as a poet myself, I can say the in poetry the use of vocabulary is actually something very important. It's a key point actually because you have to concise it with limited lines. So you have to use words that are used for long lines or lengthy sentences. There's one word sometimes for lengthy sentences, so you can use that at the perfect time. Not use always, like if they are fitting into them, yeah, use it. Go ahead, and that's something vocabulary is. And how can you improve vocabulary? So if you have any doubt and if you want any help in improving your vocabulary, you can always comment down in the section and I'll reply to it, or I'll gonna email you or the things that can be shared with you. Or if you want the things to be not on the public, you can always write an email to me. The email is mentioned in the about section of the channel, so you can always type an email to me and I will reply to it. So yeah, that's all for the video. Thanks for watching.